Hi you guys, it's Allie and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a first impressions video. We're going to be testing out the new Maybelline Dream Velvet Foundation. I'm also going to be using the new Dream Blender to apply this. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I'm looking at the website. 30 mils or 1 fluid ounce. It says soft matte hydrating foundation. I got it in natural beige. It says, innovation, our first gel whipped foundation. Fresh, new, and flawless, Dream Velvet whips the fresh gel into a velvet soft texture. Complexion is perfected and smooth with a soft matte finish just like velvet. Skin feels fresh with lasting hydration. Do like a matte finish only because I tend to get oily throughout the day. I do have combination skin for those of you who don't know. I do like the idea that this is supposed to hydrate your skin as well. So that's good. Normally when I do first impressions, especially for foundation, I don't put any sort of primer or any sort of finishing powder. I want to see how the foundation works on its own, even though I really pretty much always do wear a primer. Sometimes I set it with like a powder, but I just want to test it like just a foundation. We are going to also use this foundation sponge. It says it evens coverage and smooths finish. Built-in handle for effortless application. So it gives like little tips and it says dab a small amount of foundation onto blender. Pro tip, before use, wet and towel dry blender for lighter coverage. So I want to test it out on its own. I don't know how much I paid for this either. Let me see if I can find that. So on the Ulta website, it's $5.99 there. Again, I did not purchase this from Ulta, but just to give you an idea. So this is the applicator. It looks like a little baby beauty blender on the end of this stick. So I don't know. Obviously, I do not have anything on my face right now. You can see I have a couple of little imperfections. I'm gonna try this out just dry first, and then I'll dampen it and see if it makes a difference and go from there. So I wish it was a pump. See, I have not used this yet, but we'll see. So let's put a little on the back of my hand. Oh. I don't know if I got the right color. I hope I did. If not, we'll just work with it. I don't know. This is what it looks like. Pretty thick and kind of like moussey. It has like a little slip to it. So I guess I do feel the gel, but it seemed to kind of disappear in my fingers. So that's good. This half. Let's put on this half. See what happens. So I'm going to dab a small amount like they say. And let's apply. Put it over that guy first. So applying it dry, kind of, I don't think this is good. Seemed like the sponge absorbed everything and nothing really went on my face. Let's do a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna wet this because this is not working. Like, no. You can still see that little imperfection I have going on. I'm gonna wet this. See how this works. It was kind of like stiff. I don't know if you can hear that. So I went ahead and I wet this. The foundation's still on my hand, but I was expecting it to kind of expand like a beauty blender would, and obviously my hands are clean, but it didn't really expand that much. I'm gonna stick with the same side because it says it's supposed to have an even lighter coverage when you wet it. So I might want something to cover a little bit more. So I'm gonna stick to the same side and see if it makes a difference that it's wet. Yeah, it's not like soft and it doesn't really apply it evenly like a beauty blender would. It's a little bit softer now that it's wet, but I still don't, like, you still see this. Still not super easy to apply. Like I'm putting a lot, but it's all right. It feels really, really lightweight on my skin. I'm not crazy about the applicator, I'm gonna be honest. I wish there was better coverage, but again, I don't know if it's because of the applicator. So I did just like this area a little bit up top, but I'm going to use a makeup brush to apply the rest of my face. Let's put this guy down. Thank you, but no thank you. Which foundation brush do I want to use? I'm gonna use the Real Techniques buffing brush to apply this, and I'm actually gonna just dab the rest of this foundation on this side. I'm gonna add a little bit more over here. See how buildable it is. It does seem to kind of dry really quickly, so you have to work fast. Let me step back. This half I used my makeup brush. This section I did use the applicator, the Dream Blender. Because it seemed a little bit thick on my hand, I thought it was gonna be a fuller coverage, but I would say it's like medium. You can still see some of my imperfections, but I would say light to medium. I'm gonna put another layer on. Go a little over my blemishes. It dries quickly. Girl, gotta work fast. Yeah, you can still see that. So let me go in closer. As you can see, you can still see like my blemishes there. You can see like the texture of my skin. Definitely is a matte finish. It's light. I need bronzer. This is light. Now I don't see that it has SPF in it. I'm gonna put the rest of my makeup on, and I actually thought it would be a good day to try out these Dream Lumi Touch concealers. So these are the highlighting concealers. Looking online, this goes for about $7.99. This says illuminates, hides imperfections. Gel-based concealer illuminates shadows as it conceals. Skin looks instantly brighter. Twist bottom of package until product appears on the brush. May take up to 10 twists the first time. I feel like I twisted it up. Oh, you see, it's moving up. All right, there's not a lot of product in this. This is more than 10. Oh, here it comes. Oh, okay. That was more than 10 times. I'm gonna put some under my eye. Very creamy. See how this works for that. Using the Sigma F86 to blend this out. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this side I used the brush to blend it out, and this side I used the Dream Blender. So I went ahead and put the rest of my makeup on, and my makeup went on nicely. I have to run. 11:40 right now. I will check in with you guys later on. Okay, so it's about like 4:30 or so. I didn't touch up or anything. It is looking a little bit reflective, but I also was working hard and had like the blow dryer and stuff in my face. In the natural light, I did feel like my face was a little bit too pink. So I wasn't sure if it was the color oxidizing or anything like that, because obviously natural light is like the best light to go by. But in here, it seemed fine. At home, it seemed fine. So now I'm thinking maybe I got the wrong color, and obviously it looked a little bit light, but in the natural light, it looked a little too pink for me. So maybe I need something more golden. But the other makeup went on nicely on top of it, and it is a little bit reflective, but overall, it feels really good and very lightweight. So I'm liking it so far. It's 7 o'clock now, so overall, the fact that I didn't touch up and I didn't use a primer and I didn't set my makeup, I think for the amount of time that I've been wearing this foundation, it looks pretty good, to be honest. I feel like my other makeup did stay on quite nicely. I mentioned that in the car in natural light, it seemed like off, like the tone was off. It seemed a little like pinkish. I don't know if that's just how it was from the beginning and I couldn't tell because of the lighting, or if it just oxidized and kind of turned a little bit. One thing I'm not crazy about is that you can really see like any uneven texture in your skin with this foundation. You guys can see, but you definitely see the texture in my skin, and you definitely see like the pores. I feel like maybe if I used like a smoothing primer, it might look and wear better. I asked TJ, I was like, what do you think of my makeup? And one thing he noticed, and I see, he told me, he's like, some parts of your face look like they're lighter than your skin color, and it looks really shiny. I asked him to show me specifically like what was he talking about. He said like, he's like pretty much like here, like under my eyes and over here. So like my T-zone and under my eyes, and I'm like, that's where I put the concealer. Looking at it up close, you definitely can see it. And TJ did mention that in those areas, like, said not only does it look shiny and lighter, but he's like, it looks like you're really, like you can tell you're wearing makeup in those areas. I wasn't thrilled about that. And I should have known, because I generally don't use things that are like Lumi or illuminating and stuff like that, but I thought it was worth a shot. That's basically it. I wasn't crazy about the Dream Blender. I kind of thought it was a little kind of gimmicky thing. So I did like that it didn't feel heavy on my skin. Even after all these hours, it doesn't feel super heavy or cakey. It doesn't look smooth, but it feels okay. My skin doesn't feel dry, but it doesn't feel like oily. Generally, I think that without the primer or setting it or anything, it held up pretty nicely. So there are a couple things I wasn't crazy about, but overall, I didn't think it was a bad foundation. Just off of like the first impression, I can't see it being like one of my favorites. I could completely be wrong, but after today, I think it's fine. Like, I think it's okay. It's good. It's not bad. As far as the highlighting concealer, I don't like that you can see it. Like, it looks heavy, and I don't like that it looks shiny. I definitely do see like the reflection, and the concealer, not really a fan of it. It did its job, so it did what it said it would do. It would illuminate and highlight and stuff, but for me, it just didn't really work. I will play around with it and use like primers and set it and see if that makes a difference. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these products. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy this. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and as always, be sure to stay happy, you guys.